The intermediate method that will get you to solve 2 by 2 in less than 10, actually even less than 7 seconds, is called the Ortega method. Before you learn Ortega though, here are some things that are very useful to know. Heck, I believe that you should already know these things if you're getting into Ortega. So here are those things. First is that you should be able to solve a 2 by 2 using the beginner method. Well, most people who are starting Ortega should already know how to solve a 2 by 2 using the beginner method, so there's that. Second, you should understand cube notation. Now, if you already know how to solve a 2 by 2 or maybe even a 3 by 3, but for this it's 2 by 2. If you already know how to solve that using beginner method, you might already know cube notation, but if not, then here's a quick overview. So there is one letter corresponding to each side. R is for the right side, L is for the left side, U is for the up side, D is for the down side, F is for the front side, and B is for the back side. And if the letter is itself without any apostrophe or prime, then you turn that side clockwise. So if it's just R, then you turn the right side clockwise, so R. And then if it's L, then you turn the left side clockwise, L. Then clockwise for U, clockwise for D, clockwise for B, and clockwise for F. And then if there is an apostrophe or prime, so you turn that side counterclockwise. So R prime would look like this, L prime is this, U prime is this, D prime is this, F prime is this, and B prime is this. And this last one, you don't really have to already know it, but it'll be extremely useful. You must be able to solve a 3 by 3 using Beginner CFOP. Now again, you don't have to already know to solve a 3 by 3. You could do it. It'll just be a little more challenging to do the Ortega method because of some algorithms and stuff. But it's just mostly because of algorithms. So yeah, and that's it for the things you must know. Now let's get on to the tutorial itself. The Ortega method solves the 2 by 2 in only 3 steps. So if we scramble this cube like this, so the first thing in Ortega method is to create a face on any side. And then after that, you do one algorithm to solve the top face like this, and then one more algorithm to finish the rest of the cube. The first step on the Ortega method is to create your first face. Now, it is similar to making the first layer on the beginner method, but you could do it on any color and the side colors don't have to match. So first I would find the most solved. In this case it was white, and then I just finished that off without caring about the side color. So that's the first face. This is the most intuitive step and it's hard to explain. I have to be faster at it, but I suggest trying to experiment around to see ways to create your first face better than just using RU, R prime, U prime always. And yeah, off to the next step. The second step of the Ortega method is called OLL, or orientation of the last layer, where you do one of 7 algorithms to solve the top face. Recognition for OLL is just look at the stickers, which color is the opposite color of your first face. So in this case it's gonna be yellow, and we shall go through the 7 cases. If you have one bar facing up and another on the side like this, then you hold the one facing up on the right and then you do this algorithm: F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. This time, if you have a bar facing up and then 2 stickers facing away from each other like this on the left side, or it's, if you get it this way, then if you find 2 stickers facing away from each other, hold the bar facing up on the right again, and then you do this algorithm: R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. If you have 2 stickers facing up but they are diagonal of each other, then hold it with one on the top left and the other on the bottom right, and make sure another sticker is facing you like this, so it can be on this side because the sticker is facing away from you like that, so it has to be this side because you have one sticker facing you. And then you do F, R prime, F prime, R, U, R, U prime, R prime. If you have one sticker facing up and the stickers on the side are going in a clockwise direction, as you can see, it's going like that, it's going clockwise, then hold the sticker facing up on the bottom left and do this: R, U, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. If you get one sticker facing up, but this time the side stickers are going counterclockwise, then hold the sticker facing up on the back right, on the top right, and then you do this: R, U2, R prime, U prime, R, U prime, R prime. If you have a bar on the side like this and two stickers facing away of each other like this, put the two stickers facing away from each other on the right and do this algorithm: R, U2, R2, U prime, R2, U prime, R2, U2, R. Lastly, if you have two bars that are parallel to each other like this, so you have those, then you do this algorithm: R2, U2, R, U2, R2. The third and final step of the Ortega method is called PBL, where you use an algorithm to permute the pieces of both layers to finish up the cube. To recognize PBL, you look at the top and bottom layers and find if there is a bar, or basically two stickers of the same color connecting to each other like this, so that's a bar. This is also a bar. And you also look if there is no bar, so easy way to know if you have no bar is if you have opposite stickers like this but on like all sides, then you know that there's no bar. Or if you have a solved layer, so if the side colors are all matching and correct. So let's get into the PBL cases. If you have a bar on the top and a bar on the bottom, put them both in front of you and do this algorithm: R2, U prime, B2, U2, R2, U prime, R2. Alternatively, this is not really required, but if you want to get faster and avoid rotations during PBL, then if you somehow get the two bars on the back, then you could do this algorithm: R2, U prime, R2, U2, F2, U prime, R2. If you get one bar on the top layer and no bar on the bottom layer, so as you can see they're all opposite colors, so that means there's no bar, then you do this algorithm: R, U prime, R, F2, R prime, U, R prime. If you find that there are no bars on both layers, so you basically have, maybe you'll see it as like a checkerboard pattern on a 2x2, or if you just have like bars like these on the side, but that's technically no bar because it has to be on the top and bottom layer. So if you have just opposite colors everywhere like this, then all you have to do is R2, F2, R2. If you have a solved layer on the bottom and then you have a bar on the top layer, then you hold the bar on the left and then you basically just do the T-perm from 3x3. And if you don't know the T-perm, here's the algorithm: R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. If you have a solved bottom layer and no bars on the top layer, so basically you have opposite colors on the top layer, then you just do a Y-perm from 3x3. And if you don't know a Y-perm, then here's the algorithm: F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime. If you're willing to learn a new algorithm just so that you have a more efficient algorithm for this case instead of doing a Y perm, then you may learn this, but it is not required. So the alternative algorithm for this case is R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F2, U prime, R, U, R prime, U, F2. Now let's get into some example solves so you'll have a better understanding of how Ortega solves work. I'll also put the scramble on top so you could follow along, and by the way, I scramble white top, green front. For this first one, I could see that white is the most solved, so I could do that for my first phase. And then so I could finish off the first phase using U, R, U prime, R prime. Now I have my first phase. Now my OLL case, so these two are facing up and these two are facing away, so I know that this is the R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R, F prime case. Then after that, I get a bar on top and no bar on the bottom, so I do R, U prime, R, F2, R prime, U, R, and then I have AUF, or adjusting the U face, to finish off the cube. For this one, white is actually pretty hard to do, but I can see that orange is way better as I already have 3 pieces. So this is a nice example for a color neutral solve, and why being color neutral for Ortega is really nice. So I could insert this piece. Since this piece is already in the back like this, I could insert it using R, U2, R prime. And I have the first phase. It just so happened to solve that. And so now instead of yellow being my last layer color, it's now red because the opposite color of orange is red. So I have 2 facing away like this and 2 on the side making a bar. So I know that it's this case. And then I have a solved bottom, and then I have no bar on the top because I have opposite colors. So then I just do the Y perm, or if you want the alternative one, but for now I'll just do the Y perm. For this scramble, I checked all sides and there are no side where I have 3 colors already in one side. So, but I do have many colors with just 2 connecting with each other, so that's also good. So here I'll choose green because it's easy to just insert another one like that, and then after that I could just insert that using a beginner method insert. And then after that, my last layer color, since my first face color is green, then my last layer color is blue, and then I have 2 facing away, 2 connecting like this. That's my OLL, and then my PBL, so I have opposite colors on all, so I do this one and then adjust U face. Okay, for this last scramble, so some scrambles will be pretty unfortunate and you have no bars, no almost complete faces. So what you have to do is to create bars, or okay, so this one's a little more fortunate because I have 2 colors diagonal, so I could just do that. So actually I'm gonna do white because I have a good example for something. So if I want to move this into the bottom, and I don't want to do too many R, U, R prime, U primes, then a quick way to just move any piece facing up is like this. So I look at the bottom, so the white sticker is here and bottom white sticker is here. So first I put it at exactly diagonal of any white piece like this, lone white piece, and then I could just put it on the top in a way so if I do R2, the 2 connect, and then I could just do a U prime or a U move to just put this back down, and it brought that down, and then I could insert this, and now I have my first face. And then 1 sticker facing up, stickers going in a clockwise direction, and then I have the T permutation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.